Hello everyone, my name is Ola Zaccheus. Like I explained a few weeks ago, I write under the pseudonym Ola Zaccheus. And today we're going to be reading this book I wrote, I think 2018, Victory Over Marital Storms. We started reading it we've been reading for a couple of weeks now. Today will be the third week, Victory Over Marital Storms. And we're talking about the causes of marital storms. And one cause we're going to talk about today is unchecked hospitality. Unchecked hospitality. The Bible says to use hospitality without grudging in 1 Peter 4 verse 9. The Bible also says that as many as are led by the Spirit of God are the sons of God in Romans 8:14. You must be led by the Spirit of God in giving and receiving hospitality. It is the will of God for us to be hospitable and kind to others in need. But I've discovered that the enemy is using this area to afflict children of God. I spoke in my book, Godly Seeds, how I grew up in a crowded environment. Until this day, I dislike a crowded home. Notwithstanding, I still have opened my home to lots of people. By all means, be hospitable. But if it involves people staying overnight in your home or staying for a period of time, check and double check with the Spirit of God in this. Some people have shown hospitality to people and their home life suffered greatly for it. Are you able to cope financially with your guest? Are you able to cope emotionally and spiritually? Can you cope physically? Having short-term or long-term guests is not a piece of cake. Do you have what it takes? If you're a very busy person because of your job, is it wise to take in someone or people that need a lot of care? This is a subject close to my heart. I have opened my home to many people over the years, and I have learned a few things along the way. Some will be grateful you helped them. Some will be ungrateful. Some will use your occasion of helping them to open your letters to discover your private affairs. Some will gossip about your home because you've helped them to stay there. When you are busy at work, do you have any idea what your guest is doing in your home? Some guests come into the home and impregnate the housemaid or the daughter of their hosts. Be extremely circumspect in helping people. One day, God gave me an analogy that helped me in deciding who to be hospitable to. By the way, I still show hospitality despite some bruising experiences in the past. So, God told me that when a guest is coming to stay in your home, he brings his luggage, which you can see. God ministered to me that there is, however, an invisible baggage coming with that guest that you cannot see. That invisible baggage could be good or bad. It is your duty to ensure that when your guests leave your home and wheel out their suitcases, they also wheel out their invisible bad baggage, if any. If your guests are good people, they must leave the invisible good luggage. But every invisible bad luggage must leave your home. Otherwise, your home will enter a serious storm because of the guest or the guests. This is a subject close to my heart because I have experienced what I am saying. I have had to say no to one or two people that wanted to be a guest in my home. I have also said yes to some people. Your home is a territory and domain that God has given you. Your home is your sanctuary. Take great care to ensure that your sanctuary is not polluted by someone else's filth. Some years ago, I had cause to go into our guest room, with our guest permission, of course, and I discovered that this guest, who is meant to be a born-again Christian, had a newspaper in his room that showed a nude picture on page 3. Those that live or have traveled to the UK know this newspaper. Any novice in the UK knows that this newspaper has a nude lady on page 3. How much more this guest of mine, who was a seasoned traveler? I trashed the newspaper immediately. I was ever so glad that my sons did not see the newspaper before me. Don't allow every Tom, Dick, and Harry into your home in the name of hospitality. Shield yourself and your family from the storms of life by making wise decisions about those that come into your territory. I wish I could say otherwise, but I have experienced the storms of hospitality. The storms of hospitality are real. Prayer is not the only thing that will shield you here. You must also take practical steps to safeguard your home. Thank you for listening. I will continue our book reading some other time. God bless.